West End, the National League MVP last year. Swung on and drilled to deep right center field. It is high, it is far, it is gone! It is first Yankee at bat. Giancarlo non si può stopparlo. It is a Stantonian home run, a 2-run blaster right center in his first Yankee at bat, and the Yankees take a 2-0 lead.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch! Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes!
The next 2-2. Davis to left and will hit. Oh my! It's gone! Santa Maria!
High fly ball into right field. She is gone! In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
You're listening to Turn 2 Podcast, presented by Nosebleed Knowledge. Now here's your host, Tucker Franklin.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of Turn 2 Podcast, the Alex Gordon episode. I'm here with my boy KB Kieran Brennan.
How's it going?
We're here to talk baseball with you. Big day in baseball, really. Draft going on as we speak, but we'll start off with a recap of last week. And Gleyber Torres, is that how you say his name? He kind of has a funky name.
It's Gleyber, because he says, because his home run call is like a good Gleyber, Torres is there.
That's kind of clever. See, the only thing I hate about that guy is that he calls home runs for the Yankees. I'd like him a lot better. He's so good at him. He's very good. I'd like him a lot better if it wasn't for the Yankees.
They should get him on the home run derby.
Oh, that would be awesome. But back to the point I was making before I got sidetracked by his name. Gleyber is the youngest Yankee to 10 home runs since Mickey Mantle. That's some pretty good company to be in.
Yeah, Mickey Mantle, he's a pretty good player. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's a pretty good player.
Yeah, you ever heard of him?
Nope. Not even once.
He doesn't have a disease named after him.
Nope.
Not even the B, because he doesn't have a disease named after him.
Your boy Libertor just went.
Oh, yeah?
To the Rays, yep.
I told you this was going to go. This is some live action right here. We're breaking down the draft live as it happened. It's live at the time.
Live at the moment.
Yeah, live at the time. If you're listening to this, it will not be live. We guarantee you it will not be live, and you'll already know where all these guys go. But we'll break it down. Go. Next topic. Mariners find themselves atop of the AL East, and it's been a really odd season for the M's, especially because with Robbie Cano getting popped, and then Felix Hernandez has like a 6 ERA.
Yeah, who said at the beginning of the season the Astros would be looking up, especially that Astros rotation with Keuchel, Verlander, and Morton, Cole, and whoever their four is, like, who would have thought that rotation would be looking up at the Mariners led by James Paxton?
Yeah.
Like, it's unreal.
That's just baseball, though.
That's why I love baseball. It's so unpredictable. Who would have thought that at the beginning of the season, the Diamondbacks being the West, the Braves would be leading the East, and the Mariners would be leading the West in June?
Who would have thought the Royals have given up the most runs?
Who would have thought?
I think that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
But keeping with the AL East theme, the Red Sox split their series with Houston, which is really, I think, good for the Red Sox rather than good for the Astros.
Yeah, we've always said that good pitching will beat good hitting any day, right? Mm-hmm. And the Astros have the best pitching. I'm saying that without a doubt. They have the best pitching in the league, and the Red Sox hype split with them. So it just goes to show you how good the Red Sox are all around, that they split with the number one team in most power rankings right now. I get it. Power rankings are garbage a lot of times. You know, I love them. I can't quit them.
Yeah, it's your guilty pleasure, power rankings.
I was just telling Tucker before we started power rankings. And
yeah. Hey, everybody has one of those things.
Yeah.
Arietta is really upset. I don't know if you saw this, But Arrieta's upset about the Phillies only run in the last 29 innings coming from his solo home run. He called out manager.
Yeah, I did see that. I didn't fully understand what was happening though, because I saw it at like 7:00 this morning. So he hit a home run and then like called out the team for not scoring.
Held up by the Giants, and he wasn't very happy with it. And his quote, I'm pulling it up here. He says, "We had really bad defensive shooting. He should have gone to second on that play, and they got 3 hits in a row. The home run, credit McCann for putting a swing on it, but did not expect a ball like that to get out." Arietta was run 6th inning win against the Giants. He later on said the worst in the league with shifts, so we need to change that. I don't understand him complaining about the shifts. Or that, like, his team's bad at shifts. I think that really falls upon not pitching into the shift.
Yeah, when you look at the roster, this is one of the youngest teams in baseball. I take that back. Yeah, it's one of the youngest teams in baseball. It is from age. It is currently. So you've got a guy in Jake Arrieta who's a veteran who's been around the game for a while, and he's just like saying, "Look, this is a young team, and they're playing like a young team right now. Their manager he's fairly
I believe it's his first year.
He's a young manager, so he's calling out. He's like, "Look, we're playing like we're a bunch of like novices, and this is how it should be done." So he shouldn't call him out like that. Maybe that should be a closed-door meeting with the manager, especially a guy like Jake Arrieta. He's fiery. He's a veteran. He knows the game. I feel like that's a conversation he should have behind closed doors, try to lead this team. The Phillies needed to spark them. They were one of the best teams. They still are one of the best teams in the majors right now, but they're sitting third in their divisions, looking up at a really young Braves team and a good Nationals team. So they're looking for any kind of spark, and I understand it. As a pitcher, you want run support, and scoring 0 runs in 29 innings, that is less than ideal, to say the least.
Yeah.
So,
see where he's coming from, being upset. But, I mean, he then said the home run, and he said credit McCutchen for a good swing on it. I mean, it's his fault. I feel like a lot of it is his fault.
Yeah. Pitchers take the blame for a lot of it, and rightly so. Putting a ball in a bad area, but sometimes you just get frustrated and you start to blame everything, which, believe me, I know that.
Move on to the draft. Kieran, have you seen anybody off the board that you really catches your eye?
I like the pick of Casey Mize. He's got his splitter is probably arguably the best pitch in the draft. It's real. Not only he doesn't use it as a garbage pitch, like a lot of people use their splitters. He throws that thing in there for a strike. I really like the pick of where's he at? India going to their. He's just an all around stud, both offensively and defensive. What he hit like 18 runs for Florida.
Yeah,
and that Florida team has like 3 of the top 20 prospects,
right?
And you just bump.
Yeah, you mentioned both guys. The third one, Brady Singer. They expected him to go earlier than he has, but he hasn't been up there.
Yeah, we're currently sitting at. I feel like we're going to see him go before pick 20 though. So that'll be in these next 3 picks, whether it be to the Royals, Cardinals, or Twins. But overall, we're seeing a lot of guys who haven't been drafted before going this first round. Is Kyler Murray, and that's because of the obvious Bo Jackson comparisons, how he gets drafted in the top 10 and the starting quarterback at Oklahoma. So decisions. I know you're not a big fan of the Bo Jackson comparisons, but they're going to be made simply because of who Bo Jackson was.
Oh no, they are going to be made, and I think it's crazy to elite in any sports of Bo Jackson, because Bo Jackson was just a freak of nature, and it's so hard for a guy like that to live up to the expectations of Bo Jackson.
The comparison goes a step further that Kyler Murray plays outfield, but like I said, he's a quarterback for Oklahoma and not a running back. So we'll see.
Yeah, what a pick that really caught my eye is the one right before him, Carter Stewart from Eagle High School in Florida, right-handed pitcher. he's a good high school kid. He's got a big curveball. They said that his spin rate of his curveball would actually be number one curveball in the big leagues.
Mm.
And he's 6'6", and he touched 98 miles per hour on the gun. So he comfortably sits at 92, 93. So this kid has the opportunity to be a stud up in the big leagues.
A lot of guys who are getting picked. The first 5 picks were college guys, right? So these are guys who are coming in, and they aren't these picks coming out of like these international picks or things like they're coming in at 15, 16, 17. These are guys who are 20, 21, 22, who are fairly developed already. And so I feel like a lot of these top 10 picks could see major league time here in the next 2-3 years. They said Casey Mize, his splitter is good enough to get major league bats out already. I wouldn't be surprised if he spends 2 or 3 seasons in the minors before coming up and helping out that Detroit team. Yeah.
Going back to Mize, I saw something on him earlier today that his fastball isn't really wowing anybody. It sits at about 94, which is still pretty good. But it's the fact that his fastball has movement on it. Like you said, it's his main pitch that he uses. It just has that nasty movement. He's able to get so many guys out. He wasn't drafted out of high school. Had a really exceptional junior year at Auburn. He's going tiger to tiger. And so I'm excited to see what he can do. Another to me is Travis Swaggerty. Swaggerty has the talent to play big league outfielder already. He's a traditional leadoff hitter role, gets on base a lot. He played for Team USA this summer, and he shows a lot of power out of that leadoff spot too.
You like a guy from the leadoff spot who can get you a quick 1-0 start. But I got to go back and apologize. The Detroit Tigers are currently in second place in the AL Central, so they are to let them out.
But I want them to be that.
One last pick don't we all? But one last pick that I really caught my attention was the second overall pick, Joey Bart. You know, Georgia Tech has been a pretty good catcher school. Jason Varitek went there. But one of the guys on the MLB Network, I don't remember which. I'm apologizing for that. I don't remember which one it was. Such thing as a perfect player in the draft, but Joey Bart is as close to what you're going to get in this draft. But he's a catcher, and the Giants' best player is arguably the best catcher in the league, Buster Posey. So it'll be Bart. They said that they wouldn't be surprised if Joey Bart flies through the minors like the rest of these guys. So it'd be interesting to see what they do with one of these guys is going to end up first place, whether it be Joe Bart or Buster Posey. And it'll be interesting to see how the Giants get it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And a pick update, Jordan Adams from Green Hope High School to the Angels.
At least sitting here refreshing Twitter, seeing if I can get just any new information about this Royals pick coming up. I'm a little nervous about it. I'll admit, this is a big day for the Royals organization. You know, they have 5...
Brady Singer.
Yes, because they are exactly who I wanted.
There you go.
All right, this is a big day for the Royals organization.
Oh, you guys got, what, five of the top 40?
For the top 50. So to really turn around the Royals organization, what we did with Hosmer and Moustakas, draft young, the Royals have proved when they get these high draft picks, they can draft guys like Hosmer and Moustakas, they didn't draft Alcides, but Bo Starling, hopefully, eventually he'll be up in the majors. Kyle Zimmer, if he's ever off the disabled list, but I'm excited with this pick of Brady Singer, guys that arm. And those are the three. That's the 3 Florida guys on right there, top 20.
Oh, that's only 2 Florida guys.
Jonathan India.
Yeah, Jonathan and Singer. 2 Florida guys.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of Corey Mize or Casey Mize was. That's my fault.
Yep. That's MLB Show's number 2 ranked prospect, falling to you guys at 8. So that's as of right now. That's the steal of the draft. That's a big pick.
I am very happy with it. Hopefully we get to see Florida up in the College World Series. Maybe get to see him pitch. Maybe if Auburn's there, we get to see Casey Mize pitch. That'd be pretty neat to see.
You guys need this. You have a pretty drained farm.
Yep, no 100 prospects in our farm system. Not yet, at least. I assume with Singer coming, we will have a top 100 prospect, but we kind of drained our minor list trying to get to the World Series. But I mean, at least we have a World Series trophy to show for it.
Yeah, that's a rebuild, but it was a quick turnaround. And I know you said it before. I've seen rumors already, but I wouldn't be surprised if you guys trade Jay and Kelvin Herrera for more prospects.
Yeah.
Just continue the rebuild. Because you guys, Jay's playing out of his skull. Kelvin Herrera's having a down year, but teams are going to need him. Those are two proven winners. So.
Yeah, and I think that we can get some prospects for him, and we probably were going to wanting to trade Duffy, but he's been struggling. I hate to say trade Duffy, but 'cause that guy loves Kansas City as much as Kansas City loves him. But at this point, the Royals just need prospects, and they did picks, and look, they got picks, and they drafted Brady Singer, which is supposedly the number 2 overall prospect in this draft.
Well, hey, like the fan who wrote the letter.
Yeah,
So, Dane Duffy, maybe that'll help him out.
Maybe it will. Maybe don't want to make the left foot go over the right foot on his follow through.
What was that? Like the left foot go to the right foot? That one, I read that like 5 or 6 times, and I'm like, what are you trying to say here?
Yeah, I thought that he was a righty instead of a lefty.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
I love the pictures that went with it too.
Yeah. Did you see the one that was like come over the top with your curveball?
Yeah.
And then come down for your... No, that's a guy who probably didn't play much high school baseball.
No, but it's like...
lot.
Yeah, it's that kid that was always like knew a decent amount about baseball, but always sat on the bench, played baseball, smart kid, but just sometimes says some stuff that is just wrong.
I don't know if you had him on your teams growing up, but we always had the guy who would sit on there and be like, "Yeah, my grandpa could have went pro when insert injury here." And I'm like, "Well, you're neither one of them, so
yeah, that's true.
Whatever."
Wow, I'm stoked for that Brady Singer pick. Wow, I know I could be this happy for Royals draft selection, but I am.
This is the Cardinals pick for today, so we're watching it.
Okay, yeah, we'll wait and do the Cardinals pick. I didn't realize you got the next pick. I was just so blinded by Brady Singer coming. Let's see what they get. What do you think they're going to go for? Do you think they go high school or college route?
I'm not sure. They went third baseman Nolan Gorman, high school senior. Oh, that's interesting. You know,
Nolan Gorman. I don't know anything about high school senior.
Sandra Day O'Connor High School. I saw a lot of.
Jason Bats left.
I saw a lot of predictions that we would grab a pitcher at this position, but I feel like the Cardinals kind of have an embarrassment of pitches at the pitcher position right now, as it is 8 guys we could fit to our rotation. So I feel like we would go the pitcher route, and we didn't. We went third baseman. So,
interesting stat about Nolan Gorman. He's a first draftee in MLB history, born in the year 2000.
Wow.
That is really interesting.
I wonder how many of these first-years go back to school. Like after like day 2 or 3, they'll go to college. But he got drafted in the top 20, so it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah,
all right,
I'm excited. All right, let's do it. You like that pick?
I'm not sure. I'll be up on him. I'll make my judgment later on.
All right. We're going to move on to the farm report, go down on the farm. Brewers' Keston Hiura, the 49th overall prospect, was recently promoted to A. The second baseman collected hits in all 3 of his games since joining the Biloxi Shuckers, which is an amazing team name. Have an amazing hat. After compiling a 320, 382, and 529 slash line with 7 home runs and 16 doubles in 50 games with Carolina Mudcats.
Tearing it up.
Yeah.
Absolutely tearing it up.
And this was the first week that since I've been paying attention to the Pipeline Team of the Week, Vlad Jr. wasn't on it.
You disappointed?
I mean, you know, what they say is everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has some days. That's by the great American philosopher Miley Cyrus. So it's not the end that make it. I know that he's still... They redid the top 100 rankings for prospects, and he was rated at number 1. And I know that he's still a great baseball player, even though Pipeline Team.
Let's look at these. Let's look at these new rankings.
While you're looking those up, after missing all of 2017 while recovering from Tommy John surgery, Alex Kirkloff of the Twins is their number 6 prospect. Number 4 has made a flawless return to the field this season and ranks among the Midwest League leaders in numerous offensive categories. You don't see that a lot. An offensive Tommy John surgery. I think there's another prospect, I can't remember his name, that had to undergo Tommy John surgery. He was like a shortstop or something.
What position? Yeah, it's these throwing positions. He's an outfielder. We've seen a lot of outfielders with Ozuna for the Cardinals right now. He hasn't been thrown a lot because of his elbow. So, we're in a different time now. These athletes are getting bigger, faster, stronger, and we don't know how long the ligaments will hold up for a lot of these guys.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it'll be interesting to see as humans get bigger, faster, stronger, will all of their body parts continue to keep up? Because like you said, we don't have position players having Tommy John surgery because they simply don't throw the same amount and the same way that you do.
Mm-hmm.
So
on Twitter looking up for the draft, and I saw these sweet Rochester Red Wings throwbacks that they're going to wear on Sunday. Powder blue. I love powder blue jerseys just in really every sport.
Do the Royals have this often? Do they have that powder blue cap? Blue cap with a dark blue bill and dark blue KC?
Yeah.
Do they still wear that?
No, they don't. They retired that. They brought it back. Oh, they when they brought back the powder blue uniforms, the powder blue tops, they brought that hat back with it. But then they retired the hat. They wear their regular blue hat through, the one that they've worn since '69, and they just wear the powder blue tops on Sunday day games at home.
That's a little. Yeah, I like it.
So do I.
I also think more teams should bring back vest jerseys.
I think that is if we ever start a baseball team, Kieran, if we ever coach a team, that's what we're getting, we're getting vest jerseys, because you can use the shirt underneath it too.
Yeah.
They're multi-purpose.
And you can get a reversible vest jersey.
Best way to go.
Best way.
We would be such good. Write it down. You got any series to watch this week, KB?
Yeah, a couple. We first series to watch is actually finishing up on Wednesday. Seattle, Houston. That's a big matchup. Mariners, who not a lot of people thought would be in first place. They have been somebody. They're in first in the AL going to taking the fight to the Astros pitching staff will hold up. I still think the Astros are the team to beat in the American League, but Seattle's been a nice surprise.
It has.
We've also got, it's nice to see. We've seen the same two teams in the NBA Finals for the past 4 years, but in baseball, there's a lot of turnover, and that's why it's one of the best sports there is.
I love it.
I love it. A two-gamer. The NL Central leaders are facing off with Milwaukee going to Cleveland. Cleveland's been picking it up as of recently, and Milwaukee went the entire month of May without losing consecutive games. So they're a pretty salty ball club. They were Tucker's pick to
win it.
They were Tucker's pick to win the World Series. So we'll see if his pick's right so far.
Yep, they're on the clock right now. I've got an update at the 20th pick. Trevor Larnach, taken from Oregon State to the Minnesota Twins. Right fielder, bats left, goes right.
That's two Oregon State guys.
Yeah, Oregon State's a good ball club. They're an overall seed last year, but now I think 16, but they still hosted a regional.
Yeah, I knew they're a pretty salty ball club. For some reason, nothing to do up in the Pacific Northwest besides just play
baseball,
play sports, because they got some pretty good ball clubs up there.
Yeah, Gonzaga, that's a good one.
Gonzaga, yeah. And my final series to watch is bigger and bigger as the seasons go on, but that's Pirates Cubs Friday through Sunday. That's a matchup of, the NL Central is kind of a cluster right now, so I would say the second and third place. Really, if you're the Cardinals, Brewers, Cubs, or Pirates, you have a shot at it. The Reds are like 20 games back, so I'm gonna say they're out unless everybody on the rest of the team tears every ligament in their body.
Just your life.
Stranger things have happened. Homer really is the case. So
yeah. Just saw a tweet here on Twitter looking at the just draft stuff, checking it out. Some guy saying, wouldn't be surprised if Brady Singer, once he joins the ball club, he's the number one prospect for him.
Do you think he's top 100 guy?
I think he becomes the Royals number one. You can quote me on that.
Yeah. I think he has ace stuff, and I feel like, crucify me on this, I feel like Danny Duffy has not been your, I feel like in 2 years, Jake Junis is your ace. I feel like I've heard of Singer, Junis, Duffy.
Hopefully Zimmer's up there.
You guys are just cursed with injuries.
Yeah.
System.
Yeah, it's not very fun.
But at least as soon as they make it up, they get injured.
Yeah, that's true. I guess they don't like to get. They're not getting their hopes up. They're not like Yank Shane.
They serve.
Yeah, they do. It's okay. As we're right now, actually watching the Super Regional Ole Miss Tennessee Tech. That will decide when the L2 Regional still yet fill. We got some good Super Regional matchups. Cal State was in the World Series last year. Vandy will play Mississippi State. 2 SEC teams square off. Mississippi State, Never Say Die Ball Club. I like them a lot. Another team that I'm big on, Hatters. They take on North Carolina. Take on the Tar Heels. Another team I like. Jeez, I like a lot of teams. Minnesota will take on Oregon State. Golden Gophers hosted and won their own regional along with Oregon State did the same. They'll await the winner of the Florida Atlantic game. That'll be later tonight. Texas Tech is going to take on Duke. Duke beat Rice today, which would be Monday, to advance to their regional. They lost the first game of their regional against Troy 2-0, which is quite insane for them to come back and win. The Hogs, Arkansas Razorbacks, won their Fayetteville regional. They go on to host. You don't know if they're going to host yet. You don't know who's going where, because this year instead of doing it geographically, Super Regionals, they're going to rank all the teams 1 to 16, and they're going to do it that way. For SEC team, South Carolina. And then Texas won their own regional, and we're waiting on the winner of this Ole Miss Tennessee Tech game that I'm watching right now.
We got a lot of teams that I've before on this podcast, but there's a lot of teams in the baseball tournament that we see a lot, like Florida, Cal State, Fullerton. But then you always get those surprise teams. We saw Coastal Carolina complete the Cinderella story and win it all. So it's a treat. I love baseball.
Yeah, college baseball is one of those things. It's just fun to watch, like even on TV and in person. Just exciting to see. And as I'm watching the TV right now, one of the guys from Ole Miss he headed into the clubhouse. He just got drafted, so that's pretty neat to see.
That's pretty cool. I like the timing. My team have not been successful in recent years. The most recent championship coming in 2011. So my favorite time of the year is the draft. So that's April through June. That's when all the drafts are held, and that's when they're the prospect for good seasons. So football draft is in April. Maybe Colts won't have a losing record. The MLB draft is maybe the Cardinals will put it together and win another championship. And then in a few weeks, it's the NHL draft and then the NBA draft. It's just like, oh wait, I forgot the Warriors have won. My bad. But it's just I love drafts. I'm a romantic in sports.
Drafts are dope. I'll say that. That's my day. Drafts are dope.
And they're all made and older. I really shouldn't be calling them kids, but
yeah. Hey, it plays.
It plays.
Do you got any final thoughts before we wrap up, Joe?
Nope.
All right, for my boy KB, Kieran, Brendan, I'm Tucker Franklin. Thanks for tuning in to Turn 2 Podcast. Keep you up to date on all things baseball. Make sure you go check out the blog, nosebleedknowledge.wordpress.com. We'll be tweeting about all baseball there. Listen to Nosebleed Radio. Comes out on Fridays on iTunes. Just search Nosebleed Radio. Like us on Facebook, Nosebleed Knowledge. Follow us on Twitter, Nosebleed Snow. And we'll catch you on the flip.